Hello and welcome to another video. I realize it's been a while. I've been busy releasing FSRunwayIncursions version 091, and honestly, I've been busy with work as well a lot, so had less time to record videos. But this time I'm back, and I wanted to show you some code that ended up in FSRunwayIncursions 091. Where we had a bug in the path generator. If you are not familiar with it, I would encourage you to look for previous videos on FSRunwayIncursions and on SimConnect, where I show some stuff around path generation. I thought this was interesting, so I want to show you some code. And with that, let's get into it. So I opened up the project. Before I show you, walk you through the code, I wanted to show you a little update on the path visualizer that I did, uh, and maybe provide a little bit of context. One of the users of FSRunwayIncursions pointed out a bug with the path generation, where if an aircraft would be very close to an animal, the animal would not actually move. So I spent some time investigating and came to the conclusion that the best way to solve this would be to redo the path generation. And in order to make a comparison without having to test fly every change I did, I updated the path visualizer. I showed this in a previous video as well. What I did is I actually added another graphical box here where I can show another path. On the left side, I have the old path generator, and on the right side, I have the new one. And if I click the button, it will generate a path. And as you can see, there's already a clear difference between the left and the right side. On the left side, you see a lot more waypoints, which is actually not very great. And on the right side, you can see that there's less waypoints, which is good. And I also made this little curve in there. The curve is actually dependent on the direction of the object I'm trying to move, but it's also dependent on the player position and the player heading. Now, the player position was already in there. It would always try to move away from the player. But in this case, the player direction is also a factor. You cannot see it in the tool. That might be an update for the future. But it will try to move away from it will try to get into a 90-degree difference from the heading of the user. So the user goes this way, or actually more that way, then in this case, the object is going to go that way. So that's this allows us to visualize what's happening with the path generators. So now let's have a look at the code, because actually generating this path is completely different from generating this path. This is the old path generator. And I wanted to point out that I used to have this interface, and it's still the same. So we call generate path on a path generator. This is the object we're generating the path for. This is the length of the path, basically. And this is the location of the player. That's what we pass in here. And it will try to generate a path to get away from this location. And it does that by first calculating heading, and then, well, actually, it calculates heading away from that. It takes the distance, then there's an acceleration phase, which is this part. And I'm moving through this a little bit faster because this is the old code. And basically, what I wanted you to take away from this is that this calculates actually based on where is it? It calculates the speed based on acceleration in this case, and then there is a waypoint being generated, and the acceleration phase, it does it for every 1 meter. So this is based on distance. Same goes when it's at top speed. It will still do this based on distance. This curve path generator actually has a different approach. This approach is based on time, so instead of distance. So basically, it will calculate, where is it? I'm trying to find it. Here it is. It will calculate a point for every second that passes, which is a difference. The benefit of this is if the speed is higher, you'll get less waypoints. That's basically what we're doing here. Another major difference is in this calculation, I wanted to take the player heading into account. And I didn't want to change this generate path function signature because I needed it to be compatible with the straight line path generator. Obviously, I could have updated that and it would work just fine, but I was also looking to think about other path generators in the future. One of the things I'm looking for and actually working on pretty soon is actually moving vehicles and vehicles that I want to take into account. I want to drive them over taxiways. So then there's limitations as to where they can go. And I probably need additional data to do that. So I added this configure method. It's also in the iPath generator interface. And right now, this is a dictionary of string, which I realize is maybe not the best option for the future, but we'll probably refactor that at some point. So this allows you to call this in advance before you call generate path and say, okay, in this case, I expect a player direction parameter, and I store this in a field so I can use it later. And you can see it's using it over here where it calculates a min-max heading, and it actually figures out that it might need to increase or decrease the heading depending on the relative heading of the object we're trying to move and the player direction. And then based on these two variables, it will actually change the min-max heading. So that's how this calculates the heading. And then for each waypoint, it will then check, well, if the current heading is actually above the heading, that will be the heading. But if it's not, there's a delta that it will change the heading with. The delta is calculated between the heading of the player, or actually the location that we're trying to move away from, and the location. So that's how it updates the heading. Again, this is the acceleration phase. In that respect, it's quite similar to the straight line path generator. And then there's the top speed phase. So that's basically what I wanted to show you today. If you find these things interesting, there will be another video where I'll go into the code for moving vehicles in combination with taxiways. So that might be very interesting if you're looking at path generation. If you're interested in using the path visualizer as a tool, well, I might, if there's people interested in that, I might open source that tool. So yeah, in that case, please leave a like. If you're looking forward to the other video, may I suggest subscribing to the channel? That's also very helpful for me. And if you think this tool, the FSRunwayIncursions add-on is cool, please find it on flightsim.to. And with that, I want to thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.